Hello everyone, very good evening to all of you. Welcome to the Officer Adda 24/7, the special session of the BRBL subject in the English medium language. So today we are going to start the mini marathon of Module B. Important questions of Module B we will do, okay? This is very much important. It's contained total 4 act and 2 conceptual class, and tomorrow also at 9 p.m. we will do the mini marathon of Module A. After that, from Monday onward, you have to focus on the this one first exam. Okay, so class Module B. The first question on the screen is that according to Section 3 of the Money Laundering Act, which of the following activity can constitute the offense of money laundering? It is concealment, possession, both A and B, none of the above. Concealment means to hide something. Possession means basically this one, custody, both A and B, and none of the above. So which of the following is the right answer, class? Tell me. This is important part of the lecture. Yes, tell me, class, which of the following is the right answer? So for this one question, the right answer is, first of all, you have to understand that in the Money Laundering Act now, the money laundering definition is not given. So for this question, the right answer is both A and B is the right answer. Okay, both A and B will be the right answer for this question. Is that okay? Now the next one. Rule 3 requires the maintenance of record for transaction involving the receipt by non-profit organization of the value more than what amount? It is 1 lakh, 5 lakh, it is 10 lakh or 20 lakh. So this is of your NPO, that is a non-profit organization. What is the right answer? Rule 3 require the maintenance of record for transaction involving the receipt by non-profit organization of the value more than how much amount? 1 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh or 20 lakh. Which of the following is the right answer? So class, if you just remember the particular act, so rule 3 contains so many authorities in which the particular amount is there. So more than 10 lakh is the right answer. So this thing you have to learn. If there is a transaction more than 10 lakh, if there is a series of transaction more than 10 lakh, if there is a non-profit organization more than 10 lakh, the regulated entity have to maintain. Okay, now under the category F, okay, it is the rule 3. What is the minimum value of immovable property transaction that necessitate the maintenance of record by reporting entity class? Tell me. This is again, I will say, that is important one. Again, this is important one, class. Yes, class, tell me. This is again, I will say, that is important one. Tell me, class, you have to learn these things, okay? You have to learn these things. So. So for this thing class, okay, the right answer will be, that is 50 lakh. For immovable property, you have to remember 50 lakh rupees is there. So we have to maintain the regulated entity have to maintain the record. Okay, that's cool. Now, what does section 148 of the amendment deal with? That is the section based, and we know that 3 to 4 question always come from the section base. It is interim compensation under section 143A. It is appeal filed by drawer against conviction under section 138. It is fine for dishonest check, or it is compensation for the complaint. Tell me the right answer, class. Yes, class, tell me the right answer for this question. What does section 148 and section 143 is important? So this section talks about appeal filed by drawer against the conviction under section 138. So if he want to appeal now, he have to give 20% of the amount, whatever the amount that is the trial court have given. So 20% amount he have to pay, then he can appeal. Suppose in appeal, if he is acquitted, so the complainant have to pay that much of amount. So this is important one. Okay, so this is important part, class. Done. Next, what is the maximum percentage of check amount that can be ordered as interim compensation under section 143A when the drawer pleads not guilty to the check dishonor offense? So 10%, 15%, 20%, or 25%? What is the right answer? Yes, class, how much percentage right now? I have told you 20% he have to pay. So this is the right answer. 20% is the right answer of this question. Okay. Now, class, what is the essential characteristic of the promissory note that is defined in section 4 of the NI Act? It must be handwritten document. It must be signed by maker. It should contain an unconditional promise to pay the certain sum of money, or it must be endorsed by the pay. Tell me, class, which of the following is the right answer? Which of the following is the class right answer for this question? Tell me. Yes, class, tell me which is the right answers. Section 4, Section 5, Section 6 is the important term. Okay. So guys, Section 4 is a promissory note. So it should contain an unconditional promise to pay the certain sum of money. In promissory note, there are two party, drawer and payee. Okay. Next. What is the primary difference between bill of exchange and check? First, a bill of exchange is always drawn on a bank while a check can be drawn on anyone. B. A check is always drawn on the specified banker and payable on demand, whereas a bill of exchange has the more flexibility. C is a bill of exchange is a verbal agreement while check is a written instrument. D. A check must be signed by the drawee while a bill of exchange must be signed by the payee. Yes, class, tell me what is the right answer. So the right answer is bill of exchange is always drawn on bank. No. A check is always drawn on a specified banker payable in demand, whereas bill of exchange has a more flexibility. This can be bill of exchange is verbal agreement. No. A check must be signed by the drawee. No. So B is the right answer because check must be drawn by the drawer. Okay. So B is the right answer. Next one. Is there a grace period applicable to the check or bill of exchange? Both have a grace period. Only bill of exchange have a grace period. Only check have a grace period. Or neither. This one. Tell me. Yes, class, what is the right answer? Please tell me the right answer. Key difference. So, class, check don't have a grace period, but bill of exchange have a. So, B is the right answer. Bill of exchange and promissory note have a 3 days of grace period. Okay, next. What happen if the drawer of a dishonor of check fail to make payment to the payee or the holder in due course within the stipulated time? And we know that the time is what? The drawer is exempt from any liability. The check become invalid. Legal action can be taken against the drawer under section 138 and the drawer has an additional 30 days to make the payment. So what is the right answer, class? So class, for this one, the right answer is if the drawer dishonors, so the legal action can be taken against the drawer under section 138 of the NI Act. Okay. Now, what is the time limit for depositing the amount ordered by appellant court under section 148 of NI Act? Okay. Limitation. Is it within 30 days from the date of order, within 45 days from the date of order, within 60 days from the date of order, or is there no specific time limit mentioned? Tell me, class. So class, the right answer for this question is within 60 days. This is the right answer. Okay. Now, who has a power to investigate the contravention of the provision of the FEMA, including notification and the direction issued by RBI? Is it Reserve Bank of India, Directorate of Enforcement Officer not below the rank of Assistant Director, Ministry of Finance, and Central Government Officer? Which of the following is the right answer? Tell me, class. So class, for this one, the right answer is Directorate of Enforcement Officer, not below the rank of Assistant Director. Okay, so this is the right answer. Done. Next. What is the rank requirement of or officer authorized to investigate the contravention under Section 37 of the FEMA? At any rank in the central government, below the rank of Under Secretary, only the rank of Under Secretary, or at least the rank of Under Secretary. What is the right answer? The right answer is at least at the rank of Undersecretary. That is a totally fact-based question. Who is designated as the regulatory authority for the payment system under the Settlement System Act 2007? Is it Ministry of Finance, Reserve Bank of India, SEBI, or Indian Bank Association? Tell me, class. Who is designated as this one? So the right answer is Reserve Bank of India is the right answer. Okay, now who does the abbreviation CIB stand for? It's a Central Association of User and Beneficiaries, Credit and User Identification for Banking, Clearing and Authorization for Institutional Investor in Banking, Certified Associate of Indian Institute of Bankers. So which of the following is the right answer, class? Tell me. So class, the right answer is Certified Associate of Indian Institute of Banker. Okay, now what is the consequence of central government decision on the appeal being final? It can be appealed to the higher authorities. No further appeal is allowed. The aggrieved service provider can file the new appeal and the decision is subject to the periodic review. What is the right answer? The consequence of central government decision on the appeal being final. What is the consequence of central government decision on the appeal being final? It can be appealed to the higher authorities. No further appeal is allowed. The aggrieved service provider can file a new appeal and the decision is subject to this one. For the central government, no further appeal is allowed. Okay, no further appeal is allowed. Next, what is simple mortgage according to section 58B of the TP Act? First, a mortgage involving delivery of possession of property. As we know that mortgage in which we just give the immovable property as a security. A mortgage where mortgager bind himself to pay without any agreement with the mortgagee. A mortgage that can only be enforced through a court decree. A mortgage where mortgager bind himself to pay and allow the mortgagee to sell the property in the case of default. So what is the right answer about the simple mortgage class? So as we know that there are 6 types of mortgage, so you have to tell me each types of mortgage. So class, simple mortgage is basically in this one, delivery the possession, no. Mortgage where mortgager bind himself to pay the without any agreement with this. A mortgage that can be enforced with a court decree. And the mortgage where mortgager bind himself to pay allow the mortgagee to sell the property in the case of default. So D is the right answer. This is the exact wording of this one. What conditions are mentioned in section 8C for the mortgage by the way of conditional sale to become absolute and void? Only on default of payment. On default of payment or on the payment, the sale becomes void. On default of payment or the payment, the sale become absolute or void, or only on payment. So what is the right answer? What condition are mentioned in section 8 clause C for a mortgage by the way of conditional sale to become absolute and void? What is the right answer? So class, for the 17th one, okay, this is the conditional sale where in the mortgage deed, the mortgage will be automatically converted into the sale deed. So in that case, on the default of payment, the sale become void. Okay. This is the right answer. On the default of payment, the sale become void. Next, what does usufructuary mortgage involve according to section 8D of the Transfer of Property Act? A mortgage by the way of conditional sale, a mortgage without possession, a mortgage where mortgagee can sell the property at any time, or a mortgage where mortgager deliver the possession of mortgagee. What is the right answer? Tell me class, what is the right answer for this question? So, the usufructuary mortgage involved according to section 8D, what? A mortgage by the way of conditional sale, A mortgage without possession, a mortgage where mortgagee can sell the property at any time, or a mortgage where mortgager deliver the possession to the mortgagee. Usufructuary, you can use the property. Okay, this is not the right answer. A mortgage without possession. A mortgage where mortgagee can sell the property at any time. A mortgage where mortgager deliver possession to the mortgagee. So class, for this one, the right answer is D is the right answer. Okay, next. What does usufructuary authorize mortgagee? Retain possession but not receive rent and profit. Retain possession and receive rent and profit in lieu of the interest and the payment of mortgage money. Sell the property immediately and return the possession of mortgage. What is the right answer for the usufructuary mortgage? So guys, for the usufructuary mortgage, that is very simple. Retain the possession, receive rent and profit. This one. So B is the right answer. Next. When is land or building offered as security, how it is charged to the bank? It is charged through a pledge. It is charged through a lien. It is charged through the mortgage, or it is charged through the hypothecation. Tell me, class. When is land or building offered as security and how it is charged to the bank? It is charged through the pledge. It is charged through lien, through mortgage, and through the hypothecation. So land building, it is through the mortgage. C is the right answer. According to Indian contract, section 59, 60, 61, concerned with what? Rules of pledge, rules of appropriation, rule of hypothecation, or rule of assignment. What is the right answer, class? Section 59, 60, 61 of Indian contracts talk about the FIFO, that is first in, first out. And this is also known as Clayton rule, and this is also known as rule of appropriation. B is the right answer. What principle does Clayton rule for the allocation of payment? It's a LIFO, last in, first out. It's a FIFO, first in, first out. It's the average cost or the highest outstanding balance. Right now we have discussed is the FIFO, first in, first out. Okay, next. If a charge created or modified after November 2, 2018 is registered after 30 days within 60 days, what fees are applicable? Normal fees only, normal fees plus additional fees only, or no fees is applicable? Tell me, class. If a charge created or modified after November 2, 2018 is registered after 30 days but within 60 days, what fees are applicable? Normal fees only, normal fees plus additional fee. What? No fees is applicable. So for this thing, class, it is after 30. So normal fees plus additional fees required. So 23, B is the right answer. Okay, next. Okay, this is your case studies question. Okay, just let me shut my video. A technical innovation private limited faces the financial difficulties and default on a loan of 5 crore which is owed to Bank A. Bank A, considering the default significant, decide to initiate CIRP against technical innovation. In preparation, Bank A gather evidence on default and propose an interim resolution professional to manage the process. Now, what information must Bank A furnish along with CIRP application against the Technical Innovation Private Limited? Only the name and address of Technical Innovation Private Limited, evidence of default and the proposed interim resolution professional name and the previous record of default, a detailed financial audit report of the last 5 years of Technical Innovation Private Limited, and the record of default, the name of the proposed interim resolution professional, or other specified information by the board. So, which of the following is the right answer, class? This is called a case study question that is important for the examination point of view. So this is basically your IBC question, okay? So that is important one. The right answer is record of defaults, name of the proposed interim resolution professional, and other specified information by the board. Okay. A borrower, after receiving a notice for enforcement of security interest, decide to challenge the action of the bank. Considering the amendment and judicial interpretation, which statement best describe the borrower rights to appeal under SARFAESI Act? A. The borrower must deposit 75% of amount claimed by bank to file appeal under Section 17. The borrower can file appeal without any deposit requirement following the amendments after Madia Chemical case. C. The borrower has no right to appeal under Section 17 but must directly approach the High Court for appropriate remedy as per Madia Chemical case. And D. The borrower can only appeal if the loan amount is below 1 lakh and must pay for the interim relief. So, what is the right answer, class? A borrower, after receiving the notice for enforcement of security interest, decide to challenge the action of the bank. Considering the amendment and judicial interpretation, what statement the borrower have a right? Because we know that when Madia Chemical case come into picture, so it was questioned that whether SARFAESI Act is valid or not. So it was held that the SARFAESI Act is totally valid, but only one section is invalid, that is Section 17. Okay. So in that case, the borrower can file the appeal without deposit any requirement after the amendment of Madia Chemical case. So the right answer will be B is the right answer. Okay. Now, a minor age 16 in need of the financial assistance borrowed 50,000 for Mr. Sharma, a local lender. To secure the repayment of this, a minor offered a mortgage on a piece of immovable property that he inherited from his parent. Some month later, realizing the potential consequence of this agreement, the minor, through his guardian, initiated legal action to have mortgage agreement declared null and void. Mr. Sharma, in defense, sought to uphold the agreement or alternatively demanded the return of money lent to minor as a condition for releasing the mortgage. What legal reasoning did the court likely apply in deciding that the mortgage agreement was void ab initio and there was no obligation on the minor to refund the borrowed sum? So, I'm just giving you the hint. It's a Mohori Bibi versus Dharmodas Ghosh case, and this is your particular option. Okay, so this is your option. The court determined that the contract was enforceable because minor is legally allowed to enter into loan agreement as long as the guardian approved the term. The court ruled that agreement was void ab initio because minor lacked the legal capacity to contract, making any agreement entered into by the minor unenforceable from the outset. The court found that the agreement valid but chose to exercise its discretion in the favor of minor, citing the principle of equity and the minor rights to be protected against the exploitation. And the court upheld that the agreement on the ground that minor had used the deception to enter into contract, thus waiving his right to claim relief based on his minority. So tell me class the right answer for this question. This is very important question. So class the right answer will be B. The court ruled that the agreement was void ab initio because minor the lack of legal capacity to contract making the agreement enter into by the minor unenforceable from the outset. So B is the right answer. Okay. Now, so class, now this is your paragraph based question. Okay, I'm just telling you uh I'm just telling you the basic this one, the meaning of this paragraph, and now you have to just do the answer. Okay, so this particular paragraph is based on section 126 of the Indian contract, which talks about the contract of guarantee. You know the contract of guarantee? It is a contract to perform the promise or discharge the liability of a third person in the case of the default. So in the contract of guarantee, principal, debtor, creditor, and the surety. If the principal debtor is not able to pay the money, the surety will give the money. So this is your contract of what? Guarantee. Is that okay? Done? Okay. Now, the contract of guarantee is of two types. The first one is your specific guarantee and the second is your continuing guarantee. Specific and continuing. So guys, here when the guarantee is given in respect of a single debt or specific transaction and is to come into end when the guaranteed debt is paid and the promise is duly performed, it is called specific or simple guarantee. Okay. So, however, a guarantee which extend to the series, what is this? A guarantee which extend to the series of transaction is called continuing guarantee. So, the surety liability in this case would continue till all the transaction is completed until the guarantor revokes the guarantee as to the future transaction. So, this is your contract of guarantee and the two types, that is a specific and the continue one. Okay, next. Continuing guarantee is defined in section 129 of the Indian Contract Act. So it is a type of guarantee which apply to the series of transaction. It apply to the all the transaction entered into by the principal debtor until it is revoked by the surety. Therefore, banker always prefer to have a continuing guarantee so that the guarantor liability is not limited to the original advance and would also extend to the all subsequent debt. The most important feature of continuing guarantee is applied to the series of separable and the distinction transaction. Okay, and in the continuing guarantee, if you want to revoke, so you can revoke anytime. Okay, however, continuing guarantee can be revoked for the future transaction in the case The surety shall be liable for those transactions which have already taken place. After making payment and the discharge the liability of principal debtor, the surety get the various right also. The first right is right against the principal debtor. So in the contract of guarantee, it is but obvious if the principal debtor is not able to pay the money the surety will give. Now the surety can demand the money from the principal debtor. That is the first right. Okay. So it is also written here, class, that in the every contract of guarantee, there is an implied promise by principal debtor to indemnify the surety. Exactly. And surety is entitled to recover from the principal debtor whatever the sum he has rightfully paid. And this is because the surety has suffered a loss due to the non-fulfillment of the promise. A very important. So on the default of payment of principal debtor, the surety pay off the debt of the principal debtor, he become entitled to claim all the security which was given by the principal debtor to the creditor. Exactly. So this is your basic thing. Okay. Is that okay, class? So this is your what? A particular this. Now the whatever the question that is given here. Suppose 1, it's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 question is there and you have to do all the question and just give me the answer in the comment box. This is very much important. I'm just telling you the one question. Ashna is a bookseller who supplies the set of books to Parag under contract that if Parag does not pay the book, his friend Ria would make the payment. It is continuing, specific. The case is not in the case of guarantee, or this is the case of indemnity. What is the right answer? A very important one. Ashna, a bookseller, supply a set of books to Parag under the contract. If Parag does not pay for the book, his friend Ria would make the payment. This is very simple question. The right answer is this is called a specific guarantee. Okay, because he have to pay only for the one time. Okay, one more question. Lal gave his house to Tanu on a lease for a 10-year on a specified lease rent. Lal gave his house to Tanu on the lease rent for 10 years. Kazi guaranteed that Tanu would fulfill his obligation. After 7 years, Tanu stopped paying the lease rent. Lal sued him for the payment of rent. Kazi then gave a notice revoking the guarantee for remaining 3 years. So decide the answer. So in this case, just Lal give it for 10 years. Okay. Kazi guaranteed that Tanu would fulfill his obligation. Kazi is a guarantor. But after 7 years, Tanu stopped paying the lease rent. Lal sued the payment for rent. Kazi then gave a notice revoking his guarantee for the remaining 3 years. Now tell me the right answer. It means after 7 years, Tanu stopped and Kazi also give notice of revoking. So decide the answer. It is a continuing guarantee, specific guarantee in the case of indemnity, or none of the above. Very important and good question. So class, first of all, this is the revocation of the continuing guarantee. Okay. This is a case of revocation of continuing guarantee. Just please understand this question. This is very much important. So this is a case of what? This is a case of your specific guarantee. Why it is specific guarantee? Because in this particular case, if we see, the guarantee given for existing debt is concerned, it cannot be revoked because once the offer is accepted, it becomes final. So, however, a continuing guarantee can be revoked for the future transaction. So, in that case, the surety shall liable for the transaction which is already taken place. So, that's why the right answer is this is the case of specific guarantee. So rest of all class 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 question you have to do. So please, please, please do the question. If you have any doubt, you can please ask the question. Okay, so thank you so much for attending the session class.